And maybe part of that discussion can be some of these synergistic thoughts, and that is that, you know, if you have to decide, if you come into a meeting and you say, you know, again, who's right or who's wrong, but if you come up with, you know, if you come up with something where you're really interactively getting excited about, you know, new concepts coming to the table and emerging what can be the best and how can we do things, you begin to synergistically create something that's better than either side came into it. You know, it's not, I didn't win or lose. We came up with a synergy that's better than compromise, better than, you know, having to, you know, to give and take. We come up with something that we didn't even think of to begin with, that we all agree on. And, you know, it surprised me how the world already, an evolving world law, has already made some really great decisions. Like we have this new one saying that, you know, nuclear bombs are not only nuclear war, but the production, manufacture, aiding or abetting anybody making, transporting, doing anything with nuclear weapons is illegal. That is now international law. But it takes the people to be able to enforce that on the nations that make these bombs who don't agree to that. How do we? I think what we find that humanity, when it comes together, does come up with good solutions in every way. You look at the development goals. You look at the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. It was incredible that got passed unanimously. So I think the highest aspiration and wisdoms of all these people, as diverse as they are, is they all do want the same thing. People do want that kind of interactive world. They just think, oh, we can't have it now because those bad guys will get us and we got to fight them. But if we could somehow remove that bad guys, I think we would find that we could come to a synergy for the planet. What do you think?
I think so. You know, one thing that I would hesitate about, you know, there are some people with an incredible vision like this. I was just reading a document this morning from someone from Brazil who has this vision of how human beings synergistically can determine the future, you know, a brighter future for humanity. But I think it needs to be the framework of the Earth Constitution, that there's no way that people can start from scratch without this blueprint, right? Without this framework into which we can pour our energy and our creativity and our intelligence and have it come out of this framework with an actual government, right? Holding people accountable and democratically run, that has the authority to protect and restore the global environment, and has the authority to actually eliminate nuclear weapons, the transport and creation and design and sale of nuclear weapons and so on, and the rest of it, you know. So I see the Earth Constitution as a kind of tool for taking our energy and our creativity and making it really effective in the short time that's still available to us before the Earth doesn't, you know, global warming may, as the environmentalists say, global warming may soon become self-reinforcing to the point where human beings can no longer control it. We've got to act soon, and that's why, you know, I think the Earth Constitution is so important as a tool to allow us to take that kind of action.
Well, I have one last question here before we turn it open to the rest of the questions from other viewers, and that is, it seems to me, how do you see that we can inject this concept into stories, films, ideas that can help the mass consciousness, help the people of the planet see and help young people dwell in and visualize a future that's in such an Earth Constitution, and help make it a reality in fiction that can help draw us from that fiction to a reality in life? Do you see any possibilities of moving in that direction?
Yeah, I think there's already on the internet all kinds of groups and movements and ideas that are out there that are really looking at our world as one world and everybody on it, and appreciating the cultures and the cultural interaction of people around the world. And I think that this kind of explosion of people who really think in terms of our planetary consciousness rather than my nation or my race or my religion versus yours, this explosion is going on right now. but I think it needs to be guided and channeled and directed, right? That if this, it could be linked, it needs to be linked with this actual tool that has been created for us by the previous generation, which can allow us to focus and make all this energy really meaningful and effective in the short time that's available to us. Yeah, I very much agree that the documentaries and all kinds of films and media of all sorts can really draw on this desire that young people have, especially for looking at the world in a new way.
Mhm.